Good morning and welcome to day 2 here at Disneyland Paris. It's going to be another scorcher of a day today. Originally it said the temperature was going to be quite a bit lower. However, this morning it's already 27 degrees Celsius and we're going to have highs again of around 32. So yeah, we're in for another hot day here at the Disney parks. Just parked up over there and you may notice it's a bit busier than it was yesterday morning in the vlog. And that's because I'm actually arriving about 2 hours later than what I did yesterday. I was so tired last night. I thought, oh, you know what, I need a good sleep, especially before driving all the way back home tonight. So yeah, I've not come in for extra magic time this morning. So yeah, it's just gone 10 o'clock, so I've come in at sort of peak time. But it's really great just being able to park on the car park here and walk in and get that full experience, because up until being able to drive and actually coming over here in the car for the first time this year, I've never had that arrival experience. So it's good to actually come down, park on the car parks and see the big Disneyland entrance archway that's over like where you pay to park. Obviously with me on an annual pass I get it for free, but yeah, it's normally 30 euros for parking. Expensive, isn't it, at these parks? But yeah, so I'm going to make my way down this way. Unfortunately, the travelators, the moving walkways, as they say over in the States, aren't in action. So yeah, we've got to walk down here. It's only about 10 minutes, and that'll take me down to the hub area. Going to start off in Walt Disney Studios first, do some of my favourite attractions in that park, and then I'll come over to Disneyland Park, do a few more in there, and yeah, we'll go and watch the parade as well, Disney Stars on parade, and yeah, just generally have a little look around the park and do some more updates. Along with that as well, I'm hoping to catch the Jungle Book Jive and get the full production. However, now it says it's going to be really hot again. I don't know if they're going to be running a limited show like they were yesterday, so I hope not. Maybe if it clouds over a little bit this afternoon, they might be able to run it, but we'll see what happens with that one. But yeah, one today too here at Disneyland Paris. Let's go down to the parks. Doesn't the entrance to Walt Disney Studios look absolutely gorgeous in the sunshine? Stunning, isn't it? I do like all the colour schemes to this. I'm hoping the entrance won't change too much, really, so I do like it. But I'll tell you what is changing, the turnstiles. So there's the old ones, just there. Over here, we've got a new set of turnstiles that are under trial at the moment. So here we go, this one's for you, Harry. Let's have a little look at these in action. Hello. Oh, there we go. Oh, snazzy gates now, look at that. Glass gates. I was going to say glass gates there, not Glasgow. Glass gates, there we go. They're very snazzy they are, aren't they? Yes, they're being trialled just here, and then they're going to be moving them across all the turnstiles at both parks if that goes well. Right, let's go in. Straight through Studio 1. Another day in the studios, another day of construction, but it'll all be worth it in the end. And here we go, I'm actually making my way down for what is definitely 100% gonna be my final ride on Rock and Roller Coaster starring Aerosmith here in Walt Disney Studios. Feels like I've been saying that for a long time, because you got to think, when the whole project was announced originally, there was no close date set for Rock and Roller Coaster, so it was like, oh, it could close at any point, or they might announce it before I make my next trip. Whereas we now know this is going to be closing at the time of recording 4 days. So by the time you're watching this on YouTube, it'll be closed. There'll be a big fence up around it, and that'll be it. A lot of people have been commenting on my social media posts asking what exactly they're doing to it. Well, there's still not that many details. We do know the coaster itself is going to be staying, and we're not going to be changing the layout or anything like that. It'll be more of a re-theme of what they've got existing. However, there's going to be a nice new building out the front here. I'm sure the queue line will mostly be indoors with a lot of stuff around, lots to look at, lots of heavy theming. And yeah, in terms of the ride itself, I'm really hoping that the trains do get updated. I'm sure there'll be a new onboard soundtrack and so much more. But here we go, this is actually it. History in the making right here before this closes in just 4 days. Rock and Roller Coaster starring Aerosmith. Here we go. said it in other videos, but I wonder what's going to happen to all these. Maybe they'll auction them off for charity or something, maybe. Not too sure. Definitely won't have a place when it's all marble.
As you can see, the band is making some last-minute tweaks on the new ride and music technology that you're going to be among the first to experience.
What a crowd, what a mob, what a ride, what an experience, Ali! Unreal. I was on the track going like this, right? 1G, 2G, 3G, 4G. I got right up to here, and I thought I was going to lose it. I felt like I was hearing... Going down! What's happening out there?
Listen, Steven, you know you wanted to mock.
On vient de m'informer que nous sommes prêts à accueillir nos VIP dans la zone d'essai pour leur voyage test. I just got word that the ride test demo zone is now ready for our VIP guests.
Let's check those woofers and tweeters.
This is it. Last ever ride. On the front row.
Beautimus.
Beautimus.
Prêt pour le lancement.
Are you ready?
3, 2, 1. Let's go. Woo! Wow. Woo! And there we go. That's it. All over.
I'm loving that.
So there we go, that was it. My last ever ride on Rock and Roller Coaster here in Walt Disney Studios, 4 days before it closes. And it does kind of feel like this ride now is just in the middle of a construction site, because obviously you've got all the walls down the bottom and the big crane. Just behind me there, the Blockbuster Cafe, that's got all the walls around it. So they've picked the time in right for this, I think, because with all these walls going up over the past few months, it's really starting to just feel like it's out on its own. Well, it is, you know. So yeah, goodbye Rock and Roller Coaster. Are you going to miss this ride? Comment down below on this video. Let me know your thoughts. But of course, if you do love Rock and Roller Coaster, you can still go and ride the version at Disney's Hollywood Studios at Walt Disney World. That is still going strong, but for how long? I'm not too sure. We'll soon find out. I know it sounds really stupid, but the one thing I'm going to miss a lot about this ride is as soon as a train's like revealed into the station, as soon as one's been dispatched and the other one just appears, and all the lights and all the music, that's one of my favourite parts of the experience. But there's one thing that I've got to do. Whenever one Disney ride closes, it's a rare occasion that it does, but when one does close, there's something that I have to do, especially when they've got a fast booth. So I've got to go and get a little souvenir, I think. Here we go, time to get that little souvenir to take home. Lovely, Rock and Roller Coaster starring Aerosmith, 11:35 to 12:05. But I'm not going to be riding with that. I'm taking that, and that's going along with some souvenirs. Oh, there she is, the beautiful Hollywood Tower Hotel. And I'm actually going for my last ride on this before some changes take place, because in September they're going to be freshening up the experience with random drops that I'm really looking forward to. So instead of it being a set drop sequence, they'll actually be random, so you won't know what you're getting until you get on the ride. So that's really going to add to the experience. I'm really looking forward to that. Along with that as well, there's going to be 3 different stories added into the ride, depending on which elevator shaft you're actually in. So yeah, very exciting. I tell you what I'm also hoping that they're going to do though, and that's fix this cue board out here, because it's been like this for months now. As you can see, it just says please ask the bellhop on there, very temporary sign, but we are hopefully they get that sorted at some point soon, along with doing the changes on the ride. Let's go. About 45 minutes there then for the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror. And I tell you what, I don't know what's scarier, this mannequin just here or the ride itself. But I tell you what's not scary, but it's quite awesome. It's this for just 129 euros. Look at this model. Wow, this looks incredible. I saw a photo that someone took of it and I didn't realise the scale of it. I mean, let me put it next to this hat just here. Oh, well, that gives you a bit of an idea on the size of the model, because the person who took the photo that I saw, it didn't really give it justice, you know, whereas I'm hoping that you get a bit of an idea on the size of this. I mean, if I put my hand next to it as well, you know, that model is absolutely huge. Some very nice details on there as well. I do worry a little bit about some of the quality, especially down the bottom here. Like some of the corners of the roofs and things don't look amazing, but I do think that that's a really nice item, and I assume that's the box it comes in. There you go, yeah, you get the display case with it. I mean, that is gorgeous, isn't it? I am very, very tempted to buy that, not gonna lie. I mean, that would look amazing, that would, in a display. Well, that is the cabinet, but in another cabinet with a little light shining on it. And you got the Hollywood Tower Hotel 1929 down here on the front as well. I mean, that is gorgeous, especially me having the car here. I am very, very tempted. But I'll be back later in the year and I'll be driving as well, so I could always get it then. It's not like it has to be bought now, because I don't think they're going to be, you know, getting rid of these for a long time. I think they're going to, well, they've only just brought them out, so I can see them selling them for quite a while. But yeah, what a gorgeous item that is. Very, very nice. I'd love that for my collection, I really would. I'm not too sure what the blue is down. Oh, it's like a canopy. Yeah, there's just some of them details down here. It just doesn't look great in my opinion, but from a bit of a distance like that, it certainly looks a bit more impressive. But yeah, great ride that, and like I say, my last time before the changes come into place, starting from September, so I'm really looking forward to that and seeing what happens. So yeah, of course I'll be back and I'll keep you guys up to date as always. But yeah, the plan is now to go and do a ride on Ratatouille using the single rider queue, because that does tend to be quite quiet, especially compared to the main queue. So let's head down that way and go and have a look. You know, it's a busy day in Walt Disney Studios when there's a 40-minute wait for the studio backlot tour, 55-minute wait for Toy Soldier's parachute drop, and a 50-minute wait down there for RC Racer. Yeah, some big queues. Little look through Toy Story Playland. Yeah, I just thought we'd have a walk around here on the way down to Ratatouille. Slinky Dog's all back open now. This was having some work done to it when I was here earlier in the year. In terms of other maintenance work, you've still got the Art of Animation, that's closed because that's been transformed into a Frozen experience for this winter. So I'll be back to come and see that during the Christmas event. Cars Race Rally, the little spinning ride, that's still closed at the moment for its extended refurbishment. And along with that, that means that there's a lot of walls still up around the park. So as I mentioned yesterday, there's like a food festival going on at the moment around Walt Disney Studios, which is good. It's something else for guests to do. And it also makes the park look a bit prettier as well with all the food stands around. And you'll see some more in a moment when we get round here onto the Ratatouille Plaza. 40 minutes for single rider. You may as well just do the main queue there on RC Racer. It's probably my most underridden Disneyland Paris ride, that I'd say. I've even been on Slinky even more. There's Rex over there, people having selfies with Rex. And here we go, Barrel of Monkeys. Like I said, like last vlog I think it was from here, it's rare that that's ever open, but it seems to be getting more and more regular now that they've got that open, which is good to see. But yeah, just going back to the whole Walt Disney Studios 2 project, I am concerned for over the next 2 years at how big some of the queues are going to get in this park. Especially, well, from Sunday really, when Rock and Roller Coaster's shut. That's quite a high throughput attraction going to be shut in this park, so I'm a bit concerned to see how long the queues are going to get whilst that's being transformed over into Avengers Campus. Very, very busy down here. 75-minute wait for Ratatouille, 15 for single rider. There's all your different booths. I mean, looking at the success of what they did at Christmas, having all the booths around here, it's nice how they've done an event throughout the summer now with it as well. As I said yesterday, kind of reminds me a little bit of Epcot Food and Wine Festival. Oh, lovely atmosphere around here, and we've even got some live music. Oh, this is great. Looks like there's going to be a character meet and greet over there. We've got these guys playing a bit of music. But yeah, we'll have a little look at those and then go on Ratatouille the Adventure.
Too simple. What? Mais oui, that's it!
ride on Ratatouille. It is a fantastic attraction, and it was about a 15-minute wait there in the single rider queue as well. So if you don't mind being split up from your party, then I definitely recommend it, because that main queue was really, really long. And that single rider queue moves very quick in there as well. With each of your different vehicles seating 6 people, it means that pretty much on every one there's either 1 or 2 single riders, because a lot of people that do come to the parks are in groups of either 2 or 4, which works out great for single rider queues such as the one on Ratatouille. But yeah, fantastic. We also now know that the second version of that ride, coming to Epcot in Walt Disney World, will open in summer 2020, so not long to go until that's going to be open, and I look forward to seeing it. And of course we'll do a construction update when me and Charlotte are in Florida. That'll be the next Disney trip here on Theme Park Worldwide, coming up in just under a month's time. In fact, by the time you're watching this, it'll be a few weeks away. Charlotte's first ever trip to Walt Disney World and Florida and seeing it all. It's the first time in America actually, and yeah, I look forward to getting back there and seeing all the changes since I was last there. Little look just behind me there, Crush's Coaster, big queue as always, so I'm going to give it a miss this trip. I'm going to head back over to Disneyland Park, get some food, and yeah, head over there and go and do a few attractions and go and see some more of the entertainment as well. I'm hoping and praying that we're going to get to see the full experience of Jungle Book. I really hope so, but I can understand if they don't due to the hot temperatures. It's not quite as hot as yesterday, but it's still absolutely sweltering, so yeah, for them to be dancing about and stuff on the stages, it is a lot, it really is. At least by the time of the parade later on, it's a lot cooler by then, or at least cooler than it is now. So gonna make my way over to Disneyland Park. Before that, let's have a little look around and see how the construction's going on over at Art of Animation, because it looks like the hat has actually been painted since it was last here. So let's go and have a little look at the Sorcerer's hat. So here it is then from round at the front, the former Art of Animation that is currently being transformed into that Frozen experience that is going to be open for winter this year. So I'm looking forward to experiencing that when we do come back and see all of the Christmas offerings across both of the parks. But yeah, as you can see, the Sorcerer's hat has been painted. It looks really nice actually. It's a bit of a darker blue on there now than what it was before. But yeah, I really do like that. You can see the rest of the building as well. That's under scaffolding, and that looks like it's been repainted. In fact, that looks like it's been done since yesterday on this left-hand side. But yeah, this construction wall here has been going down really well. Everybody having selfies and photos with all the different Disney characters on here. Fantastic how they've done that. I can see them actually doing this a lot more on construction walls, especially when a lot more of the major work starts in the studios. I can see them doing a lot of them sort of photo opportunities actually, because they're really good, perfect for having a selfie with some of your favourite characters. But yeah, there we go, that's all for Walt Disney Studios. Not been over here much really across the past 2 days. It's got nothing on Disneyland Park, has it? You know, let's be honest. However, hopefully that's going to change over the next few years, and of course I'm going to be coming over here more and seeing the construction as well when I am visiting, because I'm most likely going to be getting a annual pass again for next year. I'm sure I will do. I mean, my pass runs out in November. That's when I bought it last year, so I've got until November this year, and I'm probably going to have a pass again next year. I don't see why not. I've had a great year, and with all the different changes, and there's going to be a lot of different video opportunities coming up during the construction phase that I look forward to sharing with you guys. So anyway, that's all for the studios. Let's head back over to Disneyland, and I'll see you over there for some more magic. Well, what a welcome into Disneyland Park. We've got the omnibus just making its way around here with some passengers on. And then we've got some live music over here as well on the bandstand. What a welcome. I tell you what, I am loving all of this live music across the parks. I've seen loads over the past 2 days. Really nice to see, and I've put a few bits in for you guys as well. Obviously you saw over in the studios by Ratatouille. Wow. Something that I do really love here at Disneyland Paris, especially compared to the Magic Kingdom in Florida, is having the vehicles out a lot more regularly. As much as they've got vehicles over at Walt Disney World in Magic Kingdom, there's just that much always going on Main Street USA that they don't tend to have the vehicles out as much. There's been times I've been there when they've hardly been out at all. So that's really nice about Paris. No matter when you come, you're always going to get the vehicles at some point during the day. Really just captures the atmosphere. So some friends of mine that are cast members have told me that they have been running the full show so far today at the Jungle Book Jive. So we'll be able to watch that at 5 to 3, I think the next showing is. As always, they've changed all the flower beds around here as well, depending on the season what you come for. Because it's Lion King and Jungle, all the flower beds have been changed to that orange and purple. And you got all the lampshades as well that have been changed as well, much like they did back in the Pirates and Princess Festival. Here we are, next stop, the castle. Gonna head over into Frontierland now for another one of my scenic rides that I like doing here. Beautiful, isn't it? But yes, come and join me for a ride on the Molly Brown. Let's go. All aboard on the Molly Brown here in Frontierland. Those spectacular views across Thunder Mesa and Big Thunder Mountain. Such a spectacular attraction, my personal favourite out of all the different ones across the world. We do have a Disney Parks playlist here on Theme Park Worldwide that is well worth checking out, from all the different Disney parks, because I've been to them all different 6 resorts and of course 12 different theme parks across the world. Yeah, this version of Big Thunder Mountain is spectacular because there's actually a tunnel underneath the water here, for those of you that aren't too familiar with the design of the attraction. On the right hand side, that's the station area. All your onload, offload and maintenance is all over there. And the tunnel actually comes under the water and up onto the mountain itself. And then another tunnel brings it back as well. Fascinating. I'll just put in some nice ambient shots over the next few minutes here from on the beautiful steamship, the Molly Brown. So we make our way round the rivers of the Wild West. It's beautiful, isn't it? So here's one for anybody that comes to Disneyland Paris on a regular basis, much like myself. The Pocahontas Indian Village, which is the play area down there, is actually open. It's not under refurbishment. I'm sure that has more refurbs than like most of the major rides in this park. Yeah, it is open. This is where we was getting construction updates on the new Frontierland Theatre, but of course it's now complete. And yesterday I watched the show in there, the first show that they've had in that theatre since building it. The Lion King, Rhythms of the Pride Lands. So make sure you check out the vlog from yesterday to check that one out. Theatre doesn't look great from at the back here, actually going around the rivers. I mean, at least it's brown, so it does fit in with the Wild West theme. However, I'm hoping that the trees will all grow a little bit more around that side, so it'll cover it in a little bit more. Obviously, some of the trees were cleared just to like get crane access and stuff down there. You're right down there? Yeah, I know we're up here on this boat. Yeah, I've got no food for you. Sorry.
Samuel Clemens, qui a été pilote de bateau, s'est inspiré de ce clip pour prendre Mark Twain comme nom de plume. Regardez ici. Nous arrivons en vue de monticules contenant de l'eau en ébullition. Nous sommes témoins d'une des plus impressionnantes démonstrations de force de telle nature. Ces geysers peuvent projeter de l'eau bouillante jusqu'à 20 mètres de haut.
Well, they say these geysers have been bubbling away since time began. You can even see the remains of one of the ancient dinosaurs in the rocks. And if you look over there to the other direction, you can see a natural arch bridge.
Une autre merveille de la nature sur la eau. Cette arche naturelle.
Nice relaxing ride there on the Molly Brown. Anyway, I've made my way over to Central Plaza, ready for take 2 now of the Jungle Book Jive. I tried it yesterday, and because of the hot temperatures, they didn't run the full show. However, I still got to see some of the floats coming round. I just did a couple of laps around Central Plaza and then went back down Main Street USA. So fingers crossed, going to get the full show today. Like I say, I know that this morning they've been running it. All shows so far today, they've been doing the full show and using all the effects. So like I said, they've got like this powdered paint that comes off from the castle. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. Seen loads of photos of it. It just looks a bit different, you know, not seen them use that before at any other Disney park. So anyway, coming over the next few minutes, fingers crossed we're going to get to see the full show and put some highlights in for you guys.
de la jungle. Et ma maison adorée de ciel. Et quand sur nos mains gros cailloux, je sais tomber des fourmis dessous des selles. Il en faut
I reached the top and had to stop, and that's what bothered me. I wanna be a man cub and stroll right into town and be just like. It's great to see we got friends everywhere.
What an absolutely amazing production that was. The scale of it is brilliant. The fact that the floats come out by It's a Small World and down on Town Square, and then they all meet on Central Plaza, very similar to Pirates and Princesses earlier this year. What a brilliant use of all the space. And I tell you what, that really must have took some planning in terms of all the choreography and making sure that everything goes right. With the amount of performers, what there is in that show, all your different characters, you've got the 4 different stages, they come from out of the castle. Honestly, what a brilliant show. There's stuff going on everywhere, and that's the beauty of that. You don't need to get there too early to watch it because there's so many different areas where you can see it. I really enjoyed it. I thought the song choice in there was really good as well. That's the thing with Disneyland Paris, they come up with some really good music for the different parades and shows what they've got. The quality of the floats what came out were really good as well. Definitely proves that this festival is here to stay, and I can see it coming back every year for a good few years because of the quality of those floats. Yeah, really good. The costumes as well were great. Seemed like I picked the good place there. It was on the front right stage. Mickey and Minnie spent quite a lot of time on that one. And also a lot of your characters from the Jungle Book came down that way as well. But nonetheless, they all swap round on the different stages. So no matter where you are, you're going to get to see some of your favourite characters. What a brilliant show. Not forgetting that effect at the end that was really interesting because it didn't like leave any marks anywhere, like on anyone's clothes or anything. Obviously they've got to make sure that you know, it's all planned out well, so that sort of stuff doesn't happen. Very weird. It was a bit like a flare what went off, but like all this like powder. Very interesting how it works because it was set off like pyrotechnics, but you had a couple really close to where I was actually, down near the stage, and then the ones that came from the castle right at the end. So overall, what a brilliant show that is. Disneyland Paris entertainment has just got even better over the past few years. Go back 7 or 8 years ago, there wasn't much at all. In fact, there wasn't even a stage showing over both of the parks. Look at it now, there's so much going on and it's fantastic, and I've seen loads of street entertainment, characters around, live music this trip. Honestly, it's been great and it really makes me excited to come back and see Halloween and Christmas later this year. So yeah, bring it on. Anyway, I'm going to go and see The Lion King again now. I saw it yesterday and I filmed highlights. I say highlights, a lot of the show I filmed in yesterday's Day 1 vlog, so make sure you check it out here on Theme Park Worldwide. Going to go and watch it today, see if I notice any differences. Of course, because I'm not going to be filming it, it gives me more of a chance to look around at some of the smaller bits in there, see if I notice anything else I'll share with you guys. But yeah, I'm not too fussed about where I sit this time. Got about 50 minutes to to go until the show, so I'm hoping that I'll be able to get a reasonable seat, but I'm not expecting to get as good a view as yesterday where I waited a long time. So gonna head round to the Frontierland Theatre and I'll see you afterwards. Like I say, if you do want to see highlights from that, check out yesterday's vlog. Right then, so I've just been to see The Lion King, Rhythms of the Pride Lands, yet again. What a beautiful show, honestly, even more impressive seeing it for a second time. Noticed quite a few different things, mainly to do with the venue, to be honest. The fact that the seating is, I was off to the side a little bit this time, obviously, as expected with me going a lot later. But yeah, what I really noticed was how tiered the seating actually is. Like, it's great, it means that you get a really good view. I was probably about 7 or 8 rows back from the front, and yeah, you know, there was no one blocking the view at all, which is good. They've certainly made the seats a lot higher, so it means that there's more of a gap, which is really good. And yeah, along with that as well, just noted in a few of the different scenes, some of the smaller details really, that was really quite nice. But yeah, I really enjoyed in one of the scenes, can't remember exactly which one now, but they come down like the swirly acrobats, I'm going to call them. And I don't know the technical name. They come down on the swirly acrobats, and yeah, they actually go back up into the roof, and then they don't come back down that way. So that's quite cool. Obviously they designed the theatres to do some pretty cool things in the future, and that's just one of them. But yeah, brilliant show. Just get there early if you want a really good view, but still, no matter where you watch it from, even if you're off to the side and a bit further back, still very impressive. Now, I mentioned yesterday about It's a Small World being closed for maintenance. It's only a short one. It's back open again soon. Probably by the time the vlog's back online, it'll be back open. But yeah, nice little ride, this one, of course, a dark ride, and it's got a lot of history to it as well. So make sure you check out our other vlogs if you've never seen this one before. You never know, you might be watching this for the first time. You may have never been to a Disney park. I've also just had a ride on Pirates of the Caribbean, a bit more successful than yesterday. If you check out the day one vlog, there's a lot more on-ride footage from different rides there. I went on Phantom Manor, Pirates of the Caribbean, Big Thunder Mountain, Hyperspace Mountain, and so much more. So check out yesterday's vlog that's now online here on the channel for all of those. But yeah, it was a more successful ride because yesterday I broke down on Pirates and got evacuated. It's got a bit of the lights on, so I managed to get some footage of it, so make sure you check it out from yesterday. Yeah, a little update, It's a Small World. Nothing much going on to see from outside other than the construction fences. And yeah, hopefully they fix up this fountain as well. I'm hoping so at some point, because it's still got like a big crack down it that really does need sorting out. So that might take a bit longer than the amount of time that it's down for. Hey, Theme Park Worldwide on YouTube, check it out. Anyway, it's time to go and watch the parade because we didn't film it yesterday. It's coming up over the next few minutes, highlights in the baking sunshine from Disney Stars on Parade, and fair play to all the cast members that put this together, especially in these temperatures. But yeah, well done to them. Here we go. So make my way down this way, go and watch it from further down, I think, towards Main Street. Stars on Parade.
Et maintenant, mesdames et messieurs, et vous les enfants. And now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Disney Stars on Parade!
highlights there from today's performance of Disney Stars on Parade. Absolutely beautiful, and what a showing as well. Perfect, nothing went wrong, all the floats are in there, all effects working. Really good showing that was. One of the best I've seen it actually, and I didn't go down to Main Street and watch it. I thought, no, I'm going to stay where I was in Fantasyland and watch it from there, because it's a rare place for me to see it. I always go to Main Street and I normally always film it from down there, so I thought I'm going to watch it from somewhere different and show you guys a bit of a different perspective. I was just down the path there from It's a Small World. But there we go, it's coming to the end of my couple of days here at Disneyland Paris. I've had an absolutely fantastic time. Park's very busy. I was hoping to maybe do 1 or 2 rides in Fantasyland, but I did do quite a few yesterday, right at the start of the day 1 vlog, so make sure you check it out. So I'm just going to make my way down to Main Street, have a look in the Emporium and a few of the other shops, some of the merchandise, see if we've got anything actually for this festival separately. They normally do like a mug or a t-shirt, but I've not really been in many shops over the past 2 days, so I'm going to head down there, have a look, show you guys, and then make my way out of the park and yeah, head back to the UK. But it's been a really good couple of days, whistle-stop trip here to Disneyland Paris. I've done my favourite attractions as well. I didn't think I'd get as many rides in over the 2 days as I have done actually. It was mainly a big focus on coming for that festival and seeing some of the shows on offer as well, but no, it's been absolutely fantastic. So yeah, let's go and have a little look in some of the shops down on Main Street USA. Hey, it might only be August, but there's an extended Christmas lineup already here in the Emporium. Obviously, with it being Disney, they always sell Christmas stuff throughout the year over in the shop underneath the castle. However, started to see a few more Christmas items in a couple of the other shops now. There we are, the Christmas train set down the bottom there. All these different toys and decorations. Still selling out items here from the world's biggest mouse party there as well. Oh, and there's the parade again. Just shows, doesn't it? Obviously, if you watch it up by It's a Small World, that's at the start of the parade route just there in Fantasyland. And yeah, as you can see, I've walked all the way down here, sort of around some of the other paths. And yeah, I've managed to get down here before the parade's actually ended. So I reckon if you walked quite fast, you could even watch the parade twice in a day if you wanted to, and easily go down. That's the beauty of Disneyland Paris. You can go down the little back areas like Liberty Arcade and Discovery Arcade that run at either side of Main Street, and it means you can get down to the other areas quite quick. There we are. Just looking for any merchandise for this season now. So there's a few items over here still in the Emporium for the Lion King and also for Jungle Book, but there's nothing with the actual event name on there specifically. So I'm going to have a look on the shops at the other side of Main Street USA. Just going to let the parade pass by here and just have a little look in those shops, because it is rare for the different festivals for them not to sell some merchandise that's specifically branded to it. So let a good look round in here, and we're going to have a look on the other side. You're out there, Tink. What are you doing? So I had a little look in the various different shops on Main Street USA and Town Square and couldn't see anything actually that sort of has just the branding on for the Lion King and Jungle Festival. Thought they would be, but either I've not been looking hard enough, it doesn't exist, or maybe with it being so busy they've sold out, I'm not too sure. But I've made my way out of the park, back here into Fantasia Gardens to wrap up this trip. Short little mini trip really out to Disneyland Paris. Normally I'll only film maybe 2 or 3 days when I'm out here, but I normally come for a little bit longer than that, maybe 4 or 5 days, just so I have a couple of days off camera as well. But this time it's been like just under 2 full days, hasn't it really, because I'm leaving now. I could have stayed for a few hours into the evening, but I've seen and done everything I wanted to do. This trip really was coming out and seeing the festival, and that's certainly been the highlight. Loved both of the main shows that they've brought in for that festival. I think they're fantastic. Of course, the Jungle Book Jive, that I think is absolutely incredible, or on Central Plaza. I really enjoyed seeing that today. I'm glad that I managed to see the full thing. And then also, of course, seeing the Lion King. I think that was brilliant. I mean, the theatre there is great. I've seen it a couple of times as well. But to be honest, I'll be very surprised if we don't see either that coming back sooner than the festival next year, or something else at least going into that theatre. The fact that Disneyland Paris have spent a lot of money rebuilding Chaparral Theatre and transforming it into the Frontierland Theatre. I don't think they're going to be leaving that empty. To be honest, I'd be surprised if they leave it empty this Christmas. You know, it's a very popular event, Christmas, here at Disneyland Paris, and having a big indoor theatre like that, I'm surprised if they won't put something in it this Christmas. So who knows, we'll find out soon. But there you go, other highlights, of course, seeing the parade again. Illuminations was great yesterday, getting on some of my other favourite rides in Disneyland Park and Walt Disney Studios. Spent more time in this park this trip, but that's to be expected. You know, I'd normally come for a lot longer amount of days, so I'd be able to spend more time in both parks. But with this one, it's been mainly focused in Disneyland Park, but I've still done some of my favourites over in the studios. Mickey and the Magician, there's just so much entertainment going on. It's incredible, and it's great to see Disneyland Paris is just going from strength to strength at the moment, which is great to see. And I look forward to following the parks. I'll be back again in a few months. However, in the meantime, it's time for another Disney trip back out to Florida and Walt Disney World coming up in the next few weeks here on Theme Park Worldwide. So much to see, including Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. We've got the Disney Skyliner, Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, and that's just in Walt Disney World, because there's so much more. We're going to cover all the main theme parks in Florida, and of course going back to Universal and to Islands of Adventure to go and discover Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure. So loads to look forward to. So it's going to be carrying on with a busy year here on Theme Park Worldwide. Hope you've enjoyed watching these couple of vlogs here from Disney. Solo trip, and I'll be back again at some point in the next few months. Mainly, I think it's going to be Halloween next time I'm back here. So not too long at all until I'm back here at this absolutely gorgeous park. And in the meantime, check out some of our other videos in the Disney playlist here on Theme Park Worldwide. I'm Sean Sandbrook, thanks for watching. That means it's time to cue those Disney credits. See you soon.